I'm Nikki.
My name is Ondrea Holder.
Hair go long like Chia, money go long like.
I'm just a creative person from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I've been in LA like 6 years. I own a clothing brand called Don't Want to Be Famous. We make all kinds of stuff. I say me. We make a lot of stuff. I make crochet items, tops, cut and sew, and then I just do a bunch of creative shit. Like I like taking pictures. I like doing stuff like podcasts. That's how we kind of teamed up. I like making skits. I just like creating content, and more recently, like trying to build community in the community that I live in, like doing community outreach. That's my thing, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to keep Redemption going, to continue the community outreach and just building. I see potential there for greatness, for myself, for Ondrea, and for everyone that is involved, everyone that comes to the show. Like, we want to help each other as much as possible. Like, there's enough money out here for everyone to win. There's enough people on earth for everyone to be known and to have their own fan base, and that's what we own.
I'm the founder of SADA Collective, which stands for Save a Dying Artist. And what it really does is help out emerging artists and partner with them in ways as far as more the business end, like marketing, or just giving them spaces where they can grow and create more. I'm from Michigan. I started doing events out there. Dang, it's been a minute. 7 years I've probably been producing events and doing similar things, working with artists in all different spaces. And the whole idea really is just the importance of telling everyone's story. I think as creatives, everyone has, or as people, we all have a story to tell that can impact other people or help out the community. So a lot of what we do is just authentically creating these connections that allow for us to grow as a community. And now I'm out here in LA working with Nikki. We have similar values, and now we're at Redemption. Come see us.
Right, you gotta follow us and subscribe to see when the next show is gonna be, because you already know it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, because there's no limit.
Ooh, that's the title for the next show.
There's no limit.
No limit.
No limit. Hey, there you go. See, this is how it works.
This is
no limit.
What's something that you would want to see come to Redemption?
I just really want to grow Redemption. I guess it's more of like I just want to grow Redemption to the point that it makes an even a bigger impact on the artists that step through the door. So the bigger it gets, I think that the more we can help out more artists. So like, I want it to be to the point where you can perform at Redemption and you next up. Like, it's like game changing in your career. And I think we already see that in smaller forms already. If you take advantage of Redemption, the content's cool. You can get content, you can meet new people. I think, honestly, we give a space for you guys to completely, maybe not 100% change, but if you do the right thing, like, you can take the next step in your career. And that just comes with growth. I think if we just keep on going, we're going to be able to have the impact that we really want to have.
For me, it was important to be able to bring artists in a room together. And the reason why I love R3 so much is because we had all these dope-ass exhibits, and we knew that people that couldn't normally afford to book those studios, like artists, they would be able to come there and take advantage of it, because there's going to be a photographer there, there's going to be a videographer there, there's going to be somebody there that can take your picture, somebody there that is willing to co-create with you in the future, because both of y'all are still trying to figure it out. Like, we're not like these super well-established balling ass artists, we're all still starting, and we want to help each other, like how people don't know what it was like in the final moments getting that sound system. that was like community for real, because we didn't really know the DJ like that pulled up on us. I asked one artist, he's like, I got you. No questions, I got you. And went and found us a DJ and a sound system, like,
That's
and
love.
did it off the love, like, and did it off the love, and was working together well with other people that they had literally just met that day. There was no arguing, no bickering. They was really working together to get this show on the road, and they really pulled up on us. And that's the type of stuff, like, I really want, like, to continue happening. Like, same with Anthony, how he was able to connect with Chad, and they've been going strong ever since. They've been making dope content ever since. That's like one of my favorite parts, like seeing people that met at our show being able to create with each other and build off of that and really big each other and push each other up. Like, that should really be warming my heart. Like,
Yeah.
like, look.
I mean, he said he was able to go full-time freelancer from that, which is a goal of his. And yeah, just seeing that we can just create a space for those relationships to happen naturally and authentically is where I think is the beauty in it. It's just following the energy.
Yeah. It's not like a club. Like, we can't say it's like a club event, you know, like, or a bar event. Like, yeah, you can get those amenities there. You can get drinks, get some weed, food, you know, but the main theme is like building community. It's like a mini block party, like, inside. That would be dope.
Here
Sorry.
we go.
Right?
Block party redemption 5. No,
That would be dope as fuck, right? But yeah, it's like a mini block party. Like, there's music, there's different elements, but you're building community. And you're going to see these people again, because LA is big, but it's not that big.
It's small. It's small. I wouldn't
Like,
even claim it as big. I think it's not.
yeah, you're going to see these people again, and it's like you already have a rapport with them when you see them again. Because, oh, we met at R3, or we met at R2, or the R1, you know?
Exactly. So you want to talk about how we started?
Okay, yeah. So,
Where do we even begin?
Right.
What start do we start with? Shoot.
All right.
I guess let's talk about how we met. So I met Nikki first when we did a fashion show, and she came through with her pieces. And then we reconnected when we were doing a podcast during the pandemic. We just up.
Oh God, I forgot about that, man. Oh, good old pandemic.
And we were trying to do more events because we realized that doors are going to start being open again. So we're like, okay, like, what artists can we partner with to start doing events again where we can really start pushing their work? So Nikki was already working with us. We're like, hey, you want to be our first artist coming back that we work with? And we did Redemption. That was, why don't you tell people, because this is really, that was your title, and that's really coming from your space, what that means.
So, for me, I'm gonna tell you how it was for me. They hit me up, Sada hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to do a fashion show? And I was like, yeah. And then they came to me with a date. I was like, oh shit, like, I really have to do a fashion show. Like, I can't back down now. So I started put some concepts together in my mind, teaming up with Ondrea and Erica. Teamed up with those two, and we put on the first Redemption show. And like, while we were planning, it was like a struggle to come up with a name, but then I was like, Redemption, because I want to redeem myself. Like, I feel like, you know, as an artist, you're very critical of yourself sometimes, and I felt like I wasn't doing my best. I know that I could do better, and it's like, okay, this is the first step in me redeeming myself, like really going through with the fashion show. Like, me saying it is one thing, but me actually doing it, like, I'm redeeming myself. Like, all the times I feel like I let myself down, I'm redeeming myself. I want to bring other people that might feel the same way. Did we do performances the first one?
Yeah, that's when you had
Dushino Coin Pouches, he performed.
Ron performed.
Ron performed.
Yeah, we had some little performances.
No, I did perform. That was the first one. I did perform in the first one. Oh shit.
And it was at So Matter with Dom, which are amazing people too.
Shout out to Dom. Yeah, that's how it went. And then after that, I hit up Ondrea. I was like, I feel like we should keep going. Like, let's keep going. And she was with it. She was like, let's do it. I'm like, all right, shit. And then from there, from the first one, we went to R2. And then from there, we went to our third one, which was R3, which is our biggest one so far.
Yeah, I think each one has definitely grown. And we do these so quickly that a lot of it comes from the artists that we work with and word of mouth. Mm-hmm. We don't even honestly give ourselves enough time to properly market our shows. So, but I think that makes it so special to us and everyone else, because it's kind of like that you stumble upon it. If you find redemption, it's like you damn near had to like stumble upon it.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. And that's kind of like our name too, Now or Never. It was kind of like, and I feel like that was for a lot of people that came there was like, I guess I'll go. And then, yeah, it was cool. I think they had a good time. But
that's what, I feel like that's what Now or Never came from. Because we was like trying to figure out a theme for this one too. And I think you were like, shit, it's Now or Never. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Because we already halfway interested in it. Like, we might as well just put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, because we took such a long break between R2 and R3, and I think that's a feeling probably for a lot of artists or entrepreneurs or anything, that it's like it's always what's next, especially in LA. Like, we're not out here to really, you can't be out here to play. Like, usually you're out here to do something and accomplish something. So it's really a feeling, a common feeling I feel like most people have of like, all right, I just did that, but I gotta build on that and keep on going to stay relevant, honestly, and build yourself. So it's always that pressure to do that, and I think we came again, and we're gonna come again. So, but that's what I like about all of our shows. It's like, it's really a reflection of both of our lives in some way. I feel like at the time is when we, like, even just the graphics or the design or the concepts, like I feel like there's such a bigger meaning behind all of our shows that we don't necessarily speak about, which is kind of why we want to start talking.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I feel like we delivered that last show too. Like, as stressed as we were, it didn't really reflect, because people were like constantly congratulating us, telling us that we did a great job. This is a sick event, like so many compliments, and you're just like, damn, people really mess with us. Like, there was a time when I was out doing Instacart. That's my side hustle, to help pay for stuff. But I was doing Instacart, and this random guy like was driving past. He's like, hey, yo, Nikki, redemption? And I was like, oh shit, like, am I a star? But it just felt really good, like, for him to remember that, oh, I met this person at this show, and he was at the first redemption, and we're at R3 now, and that was like a year ago, and he still remembered, and like was still communicating about R1. Like, so it left a mark on him to where he wanted to come back, and he remembered the show that much that he remembered who I was, and he wanted to speak about it. And I was like, wow, we really out here, like, we doing something. Like, we really doing something. It really puts it into perspective, like, when stuff like that happen, or when someone's like congratulating you, or when someone's coming up to you like, hey, I want to work with you, I want to partner with you. Like, it makes you realize like you are doing something, you're making an impact in the community that you live in. Like, I'm from North Carolina, you're from Michigan, and I feel like in a way we're both giving back to where we are now. Like, and that's important for me. Like, I don't want to come here and just take. I want to be able to give back to the community that I'm living in some way, whether it be money or, you know, volunteering my time or anything to help, like, someone connect, do something. Like, I want to try to do something.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. And I think That's what's been really cool about working with you, Nikki's, because we do have a lot of the same values, even though we do come from different places. And that's been really cool to find somebody to partner with that does have those things, like really has those things and really moves in those ways, is important, because that's really at the heart of our event, is giving back to people and giving this space for them to really relax. Honestly, like, how do we want to feel? Like, when we do these events, it's not so much the little details. Yeah, we do those, but it's like we really take time to think about how we want each person to feel when they do walk in those doors, and do feel like we're giving to them, and do feel like, I don't know, how would you describe it? Like, how would you describe it? Like, we
want them to feel like we want them to be comfortable, first of all, you know, but in an environment that they can also benefit from.
Yes.
Like, you got these dope spaces that we've done these in. Like, both spaces that we had our shows in were dope. And that's the thing that I think that's one of the things that people remembered. Like, being able to come and take pictures at this dope space, but it's also lit. But I also feel like I'm chilling, like nothing's going to happen, like no drama. We want people to come in and feel like this is the space for them. Like, if you want to kick off your shoes and relax your feet, and you know, like, really just chill, like
sing a song, write something down, like no one's judging you, literally, because this is the space for that. Like, we're all creative in some way, and yeah, there's like literally no judgment. I think because we're also both introverts in some way too, that we understand it, and we want to create the environment that we could walk in and naturally create these connections without feeling like we're in Hollywood trying to connect and get it. Like, we just want it to be natural, because I feel like that's where the most important connections come from. Like, either you align with somebody or you don't, right? So it's like, it doesn't need to be forced or pushed, or it is a networking event. Like, a lot of people do network and get value in that way, but we don't necessarily want to like make it that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you. We don't want the pressure to be on networking. Like, of course, network, but like organically.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they look cool. Look at their outfit. 9 times out of 10, they probably made it, or their homie made it, you know, and you're going to inquire, like, where'd you get that from? That's a connection right there. And that's a potential sale for them or their friend. Like,
exactly. And I think as every artist needs their own community as well. Like, it takes a lot of people to make a vision come to life. So it's like, you're one piece of the puzzle. Here's all these other puzzles. You get what I'm saying? That's looking for your puzzle piece. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, it only makes sense. Okay, what was the most challenging part? Let's tell people the challenges.
Oh, shit. Staying on the list and a budget. I feel like we started off with like a list.
Let's talk about the budget. Let's talk about that.
We started off with a list, and we had like a budget in the air, but it just like in true redemption form.
Budget in the air. That's where it just
like in true redemption form, like stuff just started happening, and we literally was just like, okay, this is stuff we want done. Let's just pay for this shit. Let's just get it. Like, this is what we want. Like, let's figure out a way to get this. And we was out here getting it. Like, I feel like we got everything we wanted except for the churro man. But I think we just like ran out of
didn't
time.
do that. Yeah, that could have been
something. That would have been a nice addition. But we got almost everything we wanted. On a personal level that y'all didn't know about. It was cool for y'all, but behind the scenes I'm like, dang. All right, next time. The most challenging, was that staying on. It was a budget.
Yeah, I think that we have. It's vision first for us, I think. It's very like, we have a vision in mind, and we're not stopping for anything to get there. So a lot of sacrifices need to be done in order to make that happen. especially on the timeline that we give ourselves. And we don't want to cut the vision short for any means.
No, for real.
At all. Like, and I think I do believe, okay, I might go off on a tangent, but I just believe that every vision has a timeline. Like, I think if we're blessed enough to have a vision come in our head, and the way that we just align randomly is so, it's almost like our duty, to me personally, at least, for sure, I can't necessarily speak for you, to get that done.
I agree. And I never really, like, put it to words until, like, I'm hearing this just now. Like, what we say we want, we gonna try to get that shit. Like, I don't know how we gonna get the money. I don't know how we gonna get the resources to get it done. But, like, this is what we want. I seen this. Let's bring it to life. And everything else is gonna fall into place, which, I mean, it did. Like,
yeah, it does somehow. Like, when we start off this event, it is mission impossible. It literally does not make sense. It's not in budget. There's nobody that can help us with this that we know of yet. But just somehow, as soon as we claim that we're going to do something, it's like the pieces fall into place. Even the ideation process, it's crazy to me that I can, like even the truck thing, we haven't done it yet, but like I'm looking at a truck, I'm like, oh damn, this truck is cool, I can send it to her, and she's like, oh yeah, we should sell things out of the truck, and here's the truck. It's the way things just always make sense. It's almost like, as crazy as it is when we first do it, it's like, in the universe, it must make sense because it happens. Like, every time.
It just materializes.
Every time. Like,
it literally just happens. Like, yeah.
And it's not easy, though. It's a lot of risk. Like, when you're doing it, afterwards, it's like, oh, yeah, it happened. Like, but when you're in it, it's like, oh, hell no. Like, there's so many conversations we have, like, oh wait, what? No, like, that's crazy. But you're just like, no, we gotta take the risk. We gotta take that next step. It's like a constantly risky steps, and not knowing if it's really gonna work out. But then it works out, and then you guys show up, and we probably really stressed out, but you guys having a good time. So
yep, that's exactly how it is. Like, difficult, and then you guys show up, and it's like, oh, they really enjoying themselves. Like, I'm stressed a little, but everyone is really enjoying themselves. And it's like, deep down, like, even in the midst of that stress, like, you feel good. I feel good, like, I don't know how you feel, but I know I be feeling good. Like, okay, people really enjoying themselves. They're having fun. They're turning up. The show is great. Like, the artists that we have are really, like, they're really legit. Like, they're really talented, and we really believe in them. Like, they believe in themselves, which is what made us pursue them in the first place. Like, we see it. Like, we see the hunger there. We see the dedication, and we want to be a part of it. Like, we want to help you in any way we can. Like, let's put you on the stage and let people come see how great you are. Like, in this private event, because it's kind of like a private event to me. Like, it's open to the public, but
it's if you know almost. Like,
that's the one right there. If you know, you know. And you, like you said earlier, you stumbled upon it. You're like, oh shit, I found this dope event, and I'm going to follow all these people because this event was really dope, and the people here are genuinely dope. Like, but yeah, like, what is your favorite part of the show? Like, we talked about, did you cover, like, what was the most stressful for you?
Yeah, kind of. The whole damn thing is stressful. The whole thing. Ooh. But I get so excited with the process. Even, like, I be telling her, like, after we're done, I'm kind of like, because, like, it isn't about necessarily, I love having everyone there in their space, but I love the challenge of, like, trying to make it work, if that makes sense. Like, that's the part I really enjoy, is just, like, taking this risk and seeing what's possible and challenging ourselves. Like, that's the fun part. But we can go on to the next question.
What is your favorite part? Like, I guess, what was your favorite part of the last show? Like, maybe behind the scenes or just the whole show? Like, what was the favorite part of the process?
I really I guess the most obvious thing would be the space, because we always kind of wanted to have like a set designer, and this space really already came with one, and Gabe, he really did his thing, and I feel like we really got to support an artist in that way, kind of like in the back end, which is cool. But my favorite part was seeing that the mission, and just hearing what people had to say afterwards, like, I really needed this, like, thank you, I really, like, those type of thank yous, like, this really felt like a safe space for me, this made me feel, you know, all the things that we talk about, but we don't necessarily tell other people our intention behind what we're doing, that they're actually picking up on, is like, oh my gosh, yeah! Like, they're getting it, and it's working, and it's really doing what we're actually intending to do. It's not just like a cool event with cool spaces, which is awesome, and the talent is insane, but it's like, it's that real love. Like, it's really love. Like, we're putting love into this, and we're hoping you're feeling loved when you get there.
I feel like they are. Yeah. I feel like that's what makes it memorable too. Like, the love, and they can see that we were busting our ass to get this done. You know, I feel like they felt the hard work and the love that went into it.
I am the big idea. My twins big like Tia. My twins big like Tia Tamara.